So very good afternoon to all of you. So once again I present here the MOSFET and its driver circuit. How the driver circuit of a MOSFET and IGBT works. Before going straight away to the driver circuits, I would like to shed some light on the structure of MOSFET because it is very pertinent to understand how a MOSFET will look like and what will be its structures and the reasons where the various capacitors are formed or present. So first of all, have a look at this MOSFET, the structure of MOSFET. It comprises of a source, and the source is essentially a metal, metal oxide semiconductor field effect conductor, field effect transistor. This is a metallic body. This whole part is a metallic body that is connected to the source. And this again, this zapped, or I can say the crisscrossed line is the gate conductor. So these are two conductors. And it in between these two conductors an oxide layer is present. Yes, so this forms a dielectric. Is it clear? Between two metals there is a dielectric. So a capacitor is formed. A capacitance comes into the picture between the source and the gate conductor. GS capacitance. Now let's have a look here. This is again a metal. Metal. This is gate oxide. These are again some layer, and then this is the drain. So we can also visualize this also as a, for example, gate oxide layer, and this is metal below this. Have a look at this. So this is again our gate and body capacitance. So two types of capacitor exist: source and gate capacitance, and gate and body capacitance. So these two capacitance can be easily visualized from the above diagram. These will play a vital role in the triggering of MOSFET, how a MOSFET driver circuit is designed. Now we straight away come to the characteristics, as the characteristics had already been discussed, but still some light needs to be shed so that we can easily understand the characteristics. Again, the MOSFET characteristics is divided into three parts. First part is the cutoff region, where the gate source voltage is less than the threshold voltage. The second part is the ohmic region. In the ohmic region, the drain source resistance is defined, and it is defined by the change in drain source voltage divided by the change in drain source current. And after that comes the gate source, or the active region, in which as the gate source voltage increases, subsequently the current level also increases, but after entering the active region from the ohmic region. Once it enters the active region from the ohmic region, then we can be very sure that the current will get saturated. It will get saturated, and after saturation it comes into the breakdown region, and in the breakdown region we can simply conclude that when the gate source, when the drain voltage is just approaching the maximum drain source voltage, then it will break down, or the current will increase rampantly. Now coming to the gate drive circuits. First of all, understand this gate drive circuit. This is the basic diagram of a gate drive circuit consisting of two switches, Q1, Q2. This is the MOSFET. Now you can very well understand that when the logic level is high, then this will become low, and a low signal will not turn on Q3. Okay, it will not get turned on. So this positive VGG will get applied across Q1. Okay, Q2. As Q1 gets turned on, the current goes, or a voltage gets applied across the MOSFET, and the MOSFET driver circuit starts its operation. Okay, this is if I can go back down the memory lane, then you can easily conclude that this is a which kind of enhancement type of MOSFET, and which channel is there. The channel is N channel enhancement type MOSFET. Okay, I think the operation might be listed here. Okay, now one more thing that needs to be understood, that as this paragraph plays a very important role, because it is in this paragraph that you get to know the basic working of this drive power circuit. For example, the importance of gate source and the gate drain capacitance is very important, because the gate drain and the drain source, have a look at this, these are the two capacitance, the gate source and the gate drain. So these are the two capacitance, yes, that will allow the charging and the discharging of these capacitance. The charging time and the discharging time of these capacitance will eventually decide that when, at what switching frequency the MOSFET will be working. This is very well stated here, that these all parts will decide that when, what will be the operating switching frequency of this MOSFET. Okay. Now, one more thing that needs to be understood, that driver circuits play two very important roles. Yes, driver circuits will enable us, provide us the necessary isolation, the required isolation, first part. Second part is that pulse amplification. That, okay, fine, we can give various pulse to the MOSFETs, okay, as because we are all well aware that the MOSFET is a voltage control device. Okay, but still, out of the two types of pulsations or the firings that are available with us, first one is the continuous time pulsation, and the second one is that instantaneous pulsation. So just for the sake of continuity, to make sure that the MOSFET is turned on and turned off at a fast pace, the driver circuit is rampantly given pulses, will provide that pulse amplified pulses to the MOSFET, and we all are versed that the MOSFET operates at low voltage levels. Yes, I think it is below 1 kilovolts. The current carrying capacity of MOSFET is also very low. The current carrying capacity of MOSFET is nearly about 250 amperes or 500 amperes. But the biggest benefit of the MOSFET is that it operates at higher switching frequency. The switching operation of MOSFET is very high, and the driver circuit will enable us to use this tool in our favor by two things. The first part is that we have to look very clearly that the charging and the discharging of both the gate drain and the gate source capacitance should be carried out, and in such a fashion so that it gives a positive impact on the switching frequency. Yes, the switching frequency of the MOSFET is as high as it goes beyond 50 kilohertz to 80 kilohertz. Okay, So these capacitance, the values will play a vital role in the triggering or in driving the MOSFET into conduction, and these will also govern the switching characteristics of capacitors. We all are well versed that during the switching capacitors, during the switching cycles of MOSFETs, the tailing current is made very small. Yes, the tailing current is made very small so that it can be turned off quite easily. So till this part, only these things are required till this point. Hope to see you soon. Thank you.